happening all over the world. It's never been more clear to me the benefit of having access to a calm inner center in the center of your being. And I'm seeing a huge difference in the clients that are beginning working with me and the ones that I've been working with over time with regards to this center. So I want to describe for you what that means. For some of you, you might hear calm inner center and you have a sense of that already. So for you, it'll be just be really feeling into the benefits. And for others of you, you might not necessarily have heard those words or know what it means on a practical level. So inside of you, there is a center or a soul or a higher self, or that you might have lots of different words for it, but it's the part of you that never changes. It's the observer. It's the you that is unchanging inside of you. It doesn't change based on how old you are or what you do as a job or any opinions that you might hold at any one point or another. I know I just turned 45 this week, and I know looking back, there's been really passionate opinions I've held for sometimes more than a decade, which now I feel differently. So that's part of the personality. What I'm talking about is something deeper, something more calm, like a still, deep pond in the center of you. And there's always calm in here, and there's always access to your own wisdom and your own truth. And the word truth is with a capital T or a small t has been discussed. I'm seeing it a lot in opinionated posts at the moment. So when I say your own truth, I don't mean your opinions. I mean the deepest essence of you. So if you followed my work for any amount of time, you would have heard me talk about the beautiful, individual, unique, fractal pattern that is you. We are all beautifully unique. And with that comes different, we're all different expressions of the divine. And your calm inner center is really like a set point that you can come back to refuel if you've been out kind of losing energy in the dramas that are going on. And I don't say dramas to make light of it. There are some really intense things happening in our world at the moment. It's a center that you can come back. It's kind of like plugging in your mobile phone. You can plug into this center and allow your energy to fill back up. The other fabulous benefit of having access to this center is not getting thrown off your own track or out of your own fractal pattern by being around other people. So that there's a lot of really intense, passionate opinions that are available at the moment. You only have to scroll through social media and I'll have three different perspectives on the one thing, and everyone is kind of shouting their perspectives, and yay to people sharing what's going on for them. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's possible to get quite thrown by that, particularly if you are empathic, or if you really feel things deeply. It can kind of feel a bit like energetically getting beaten up. You kind of it's like being a pinball inside a machine. It's like ouch, and sometimes if we don't have that center to return to, we can even sort of have our mind changed for us. We can be influenced, and then it's only afterwards that we kind of come back to our center and go, oh goodness, I lost all this time to this belief system or this structure that wasn't really mine. So the benefit of being able to come back to a center that's yours and a center that you believe in is being able to navigate the life outside of you. So it's kind of like being inside your car, and you get to choose the music that's on, and you get to choose how you position the seat, and you get to choose whether the windows are on or the air conditioner's on or the heater is on, and you get to choose to drive that car around you. So not getting as destabilized by the scenery that you're moving through. So if that sounds like something that, it's like, oh yes, I'd really love that. How on earth, if you don't feel like you've got access to a center like that, how on earth do you learn? Where do you get it from? Now there's lots of roads to this center, and for me, it's really been a combination of the way that I've learned to interact with my body, understanding that I'm the driver of this particular, life car, what I do with my body and what I do with my mind, and getting access to really, really good coaching, support, and tools. So I'm one of those people that gets clear on how I really feel about something through time contemplating it and the opportunity to speak it out with someone else, which is why coaching has been so fantastic for me. And it's something that I see in each and every session that I have with someone, a one on one session where we start somewhere, and that opportunity to speak it out in a supportive, absolutely no judgment environment allows my clients the opportunity to kind of shed what isn't theirs, feel what resonates with their own inner truth, and come away feeling more confident, more sure. And sometimes there's coaching around then what to do with that sureness. Sometimes it's, how to have a particular conversation or how to make a particular life change. But it's the process of doing that over and over and over again, that process of releasing what's not yours, slothing off the parts that you've kind of habitually had in relationships or habitually done because it's what you grew up around. Just getting lovingly releasing the parts of you that no longer really serve you, and connecting with this inner truth. And this is where real lasting confidence and self-esteem comes from. So in my experience, we can never really feel truly soul deep confident if we're trying to be what we're not. And so the kind of confidence that I'm talking about is you can, have an experience that's not so great, but it doesn't pull the rug out from under you. It doesn't devalue your center. When you've found that center, and it's a process, I'm describing a process, which is why my coaching packages are a package of time. When you found that center and you know who you are, you know what you value, you know what's important, you're on that journey, you've got a plan that you believe in for the things that really matter to you. It's so much easier to put down baggage of the past that doesn't really belong. It's so much easier to be in a relationship that you used to find really difficult, and when someone does the difficult pattern you've struggled with, to say, oh wow, that's really interesting, I see it really differently, and share your opinion instead of just kind of going inwards or armoring up or choosing not to spend time with that person. And so finding your center not only refuels you and kind of fills your cup, but it also gives you really unmissable guidance and support for the way forward. And I think this is really fundamental. It's the foundations of the holistic life coaching that I offer. It's very different to, say, a business coaching relationship. Even though I help clients with their business, I'm helping clients with themselves in their business. Or like a relationship coach that might help you with your relationship, but the issues in your relationship might be stemming from your work, or your issues in your business might be stemming from the issues at home. Or you might come you might go and see someone like a health coach, but the reason that your health is so compromised is because of how much struggle you're having in your relationship with money. So the way that I see it, like that whole fractal pattern that's you, we're so multidimensional. There's so many beautiful aspects to our life. So the work that I do is about really holding the whole of you, hearing the whole of you. And it might be that you come to me to talk about your relationship with money, or your relationship with health, or your partner. But what we actually come to is something deeper and more fundamental that's actually coloring one or more of those areas. So that's just what I wanted to share. I wanted to share that there is a calm center experience that's available to you now. I want to share that it is a process, learning first of all how to find and feel that truth inside of you, and then learning how to use that guidance, that inner knowing of your yes and your no, to guide your life. But in my opinion, there is nothing that has more lasting value than learning those skills. So if that sounds interesting to you, it might be, holistic life coaching with someone like me might be something that you might want to have a look at. If what I've shared with you is something that you kind of already knew, maybe this serves as a reminder just to connect, to just take some time, tune into that inner guidance, ask yourself, what can I do to really support you? What do I need right now? And if you get an answer, follow that guidance. And if you don't know how to get those answers, then please reach out to the person that feels right and get some help to learn. To me, it's so exciting to learn these things, and they really are tools for your whole life. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope that my calm has spoken to your calm, and lots of love in these interesting, to say the least, interesting times. And if you ever want to talk to me about the ways that I can help you, just send me a messenger message or comment on a post like this with hashtag replay and ask me whatever you want to ask me. I am here to serve and to help you be all that you came here to be. So lots of love. Thanks for listening.